Hello, welcome back to the JavaScript to-do app course. And this is week 3, day 5. We're wrapping up week 3. We've got a functional app. We're adding some features to it. And before we get into kind of more refactoring, maybe doing some UI stuff, but right now we want to add a checkbox so that we can toggle whether a to-do has been completed or not. We do have a toggle complete that we can use that already is going to kind of do the set the parameter on the object that we're now using for our to-do. So our to-dos are now objects, and they have a complete key value pair and a title key value pair. So let's get started. Let's think about what we need to do. So for day 5, week 3, what are some things that we want to do? Well, first, we need to, in show to-dos, right? Show to-dos where show to-dos. I can show to-dos. We need to add a checkbox HTML element. Then in our app, we need to have an event listener that is going to listen, that is going to connect event listener to the checkbox element. And then we're going to call toggle complete. So should be pretty straightforward. Let's learn a little bit about checkboxes real quick. So HTML checkbox. Input attribute set to checkbox, and it has checked as a attribute that is true or false. So we can use this to set whether it's true or false. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and go live. And go into our directory, week 3, and day 5, and we've got our list. So we've already loaded the car. Haven't said goodbye yet. We do need to, I added a to-do, let's delete that. That's a kind of a reminder. We need to add some data validation to add to-dos. To do add data validation. I can't add a blank. And we also want to add an event listener so that if we hit enter, so in our app, I think that's where we want to have a if user hits enter should add to do by default. Oh, that. Anyway, okay, so we got some things just so we don't forget. Right now, we need to add a checkbox. So inside here, we need to create an element, create, let's do plots, checkbox equals document delete element checkbox. Okay, and then we are going to checkbox dot check equals to do complete. We want to append text content. Text content is now just going to be the title again. So let's take this bit out. And I'm going to do li text content equals to do title. It's going to be the same as this one. I Okay, and then we got it up first before the list item. Hmm. List item append child checkbox. Now we need a way for the checkbox to kind of have the same data ID, right? We need to have a data index. So let's do checkbox set attribute data index is going to equal I. Okay. And then we're going to add the checkbox before. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's see how this works. Not really adding an input. Uh, hmm. Is it this text content that's screwing it up? Let's create a Let's see if it's this that's screwing it up. Maybe that's being overwritten. Yeah. You don't have any checkbox. Document checked. Checkbox attribute. No checkbox. So let's create an element for the title. But first, let's create a span element to contain height. But first, let's lower console. Console.log checkbox. Checkbox is there. But we can't see it. Input type box. So we're doing this all wrong. There's no checkbox element. This needs to be an input. And checkbox type equals checkbox. Okay. So now it must be overwriting it because it's not showing up anymore. That's why we're going to create a span to hold this first. So we've got checkbox, and we're going to do const title equals document the 8-element span. We're going to say span title. What? So it's okay. So how to set a span inner span text with JavaScript. Okay. Text content. Text content. So title text content equals, and it's going to be this. Oh, we already knew text. Oh, okay. And then let's append child text title. Let's see what that was. Nice. All right. So now we're checking these. So the next thing that we want to do is add an event listener. Down here, first we need to get the button. So we need an the button. The delete button. How did we do that before? We added, instead of adding an event listener, we have a list element, and then we say if the target class list contains. So we need to give it a class. Classless add. So checkbox. Checkbox. Here we go. Checkbox. Class list. Add. Complete checkbox. So now we can say, if inside of this, if the event target equals the delete button, else if we're going to say console.log complete button checked. Right. Nice. Now we're getting complete button clicked. And then what else do we need here? We need data set ID. Do that, and then we need to put the toggle. Okay. Toggle complete. We're going to get the index. Do we parse this? Do item? Yeah. So we parse int. So it's basically the same thing. We need, say, closest, and then closest. Let's copy this. So, well, I won't copy it. Const equals checkbox. Const equals item checkbox. And we'll say event target closest. And we said yeah, closest to do item. Kind of needs to be the same thing. Well, don't need to do that because we're setting the data index. So the target, let's see if we can do this a little different one. Target data set dot index. Okay, what I'm thinking is I'm hoping I didn't screw something up here because I started typing in the wrong thing. This is if we can maintain the chat box, and we're going to say if the target data set dot index, that's going to become the item checkbox. Well, you need to parse this. Parse in. Okay. And then we want to say if we have an item checkbox index, then we want to do app dot toggle complete item checkbox. Okay, let's try that. Okay, it persisted. That one didn't persist for some reason. That one did. Okay, so it seems like it is working. Let's say app, do app, not to do's. True, false, true. Right. Now we need to clear the complete to do. To do's. All right. Well, it's great when stuff works out, and we did that with the help of searching for things. We did know kind of what we wanted to do, and that helped. So some of the techniques that we're working is we're starting with a list of things we want to try to accomplish, and then we're Googling to try to accomplish them. And we're making a lot of progress. I think we should feel really good about where we're at right now. I think we should feel good about where we've come and where we're going. So chase your dreams today and work towards your goals, and we'll see you tomorrow.